corn and cashew cutlet. Hi, I'm Anupa and welcome to Sanjeev Kapoor Khazana. Let's make a very quick starter, corn and cashew cutlet. Very nice, very quick recipe. Let's quickly run through the ingredients. So 2 large potatoes boiled and grated. About 1 cup of corn kernels. This could be canned or you could also buy fresh corn and then boil and use it. I am using fresh corn kernels here, about 1 cup. Breadcrumbs, about half a cup. This is about 10 to 12 cashews which are crushed coarsely. 1 teaspoon of red chili powder. 1 medium onion finely chopped. Salt to taste. About 1 to 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. And 1 tablespoon of olive oil. So first, to begin with, we have to take a frying pan. Alongside, I'm also going to keep a kadai with oil to get heated. So by the time we are done with the mixture, we are ready to fry the cutlets as well. We do not waste time. Now to begin with, I need to saute onions because onions have a lot of moisture, and when you add it raw to any cutlet, on frying the cutlets tend to break. You must have noticed this while you have made various other burgers or cutlets. So the best way is to saute the onions and get rid of extra moisture which is there in it. So I have onions here. Along with onions, I've got some red chili powder. And even before we begin, again corn which I am using here is fresh. Now fresh corn, whenever you have to use it, to either boil it or roast it. In this case, since we are making cutlets, we cannot keep corn whole like this. So we have to grind it. Now after you grind corn, what happens? It gets quite mashy. It gets a lot of, basically it gets quite pulpy. Now with this form of corn, it's difficult to shake. So what do we have to do? First thing that we have to do is grind this and then we will saute it. So even before we begin, let's first take a mixer jar and to this we'll add corn. And that's it, just 1 spin, and you see the corn, some is whole while some is well mixed. So what we can do is just mix this up well and we'll again give a spin. Lightly crushed, we need to crush it a little more. So that's it, it's done. Now here we have the pan which is nice and hot, to which we'll add some olive oil. Okay, after we've added olive oil, let's add some onions to this. And onions here we'll saute till it goes translucent and not brown. After you've done this, we'll add some red chili powder to this. After you've added the powder, mix this well. And now let's add the corn. After you've added the corn, stir like this. And we have to saute this till the mixture goes quite dry. So this may take about a minute or so. Some kernels are whole, they are not ground, that's fine. Most of it is ground and that's exactly how we need it. You see the mixture started getting dry. Now to this we'll add some salt. Okay, so this is done. And we have to cool this mixture immediately. So just spread it out into a plate or a bowl, which is a wide one like this. And we also have to now keep a kadai here, and the oil has to get nice and hot. Why? Because whenever you have to fry anything, the oil has to be hot. Now again, this varies from product to product. For any kind of cutlet, burgers, anything that has a mixture which is like this, a mince mixture, whether it is potato, whether it is chicken, whether it is corn like this, the oil has to be hot, because if you tend to add anything in cold oil, what will happen is, firstly, that the potato or the cutlet that you've added to the cold oil will suck all the oil, will absorb all the oil, and also it will disintegrate. So you will not get your end product good. When you have nice hot oil, in the hot oil you tend to fry this very well. At the same time you also get the crust you're looking at. How do you think we'll get the crust? We've got boiled potatoes. We'll add that to this. So potatoes. Boiled potato that I've added is basically for the binding. For crust, I have got breadcrumbs and I've got cornstarch. So what we'll do is we'll add some breadcrumbs to this, some cornstarch to this, and if need be, we can further roll this in breadcrumbs. Of course, how can we forget cashews? So the crushed cashews are here. Now we just have to mix this well. This mixing preferably should be done with hands, as in neat hands, because while you mix, you'll come to know if your mixture is quite wet, whether it has a lot of moisture, and in that case you will have to further coat this with breadcrumbs. So I'll show you. You see this? With the help of your hands, do not play with this mixture because potato tends to get very sticky if you keep on kneading it. So just mix this up well. Now there's another way to check if your mixture is fine or no, because most of the time it so happens that you feel that your mixture is quite dry, but when you add it to the oil, it just breaks. So the best way is to check a very small piece. How? I'll show you. Okay, so after we've mixed, let's do one check. A little mixture of this potato and corn we'll first fry to see if this is breaking into the oil. So just roll it lightly, and the oil of course has to be hot. We'll add this to the hot oil, and if it stays fine, which means we do not need to coat this with anything, whether it is cornstarch or breadcrumbs, it will be just perfect. Fine, it looks perfect. So what we'll do is, now we'll start shaping them. Now there are various shapes that you can give to this. One is just a round shape like this. Just shape it into a ball like this. There's another thing that you can do is make it into a roll. Roll would be something like a cylinder like this. And there's another one which is a teardrop. It's a very cute little shape. I'll show you. Just take the mixture in your palm like this and press it to get a teardrop. See this? Just press this up lightly. So you see this? And just press it lightly. So you get a very nice, cute looking teardrop. Okay? So these are ready. We'll slowly put them into hot oil. Very nice. Once they turn golden, we'll remove them. So here it is. This is, get it out onto a plate with tissue. So that's it. Corn and cashew cutlet is ready. Make this recipe just the way I have made it and you'll love it.